Just don't do it as I'm saying my vows, because if I'm saying my vows and I have to turn around and headbutt somebody, I will, and I wouldn't skip a beat. I'll come back to my vows.
How are you guys doing? Congratulations on these beautiful engagement photos. I got the sneak peek. So tell me all about them and why like you wanted to go with that vibe and things like that.
It was literally the exact vibe I was picturing just from other photos I've seen of friends of mine. So Crystal Nielsen, she was on The Bachelor. She's a good friend of mine down here. And this photographer, Billy, shot all of her photos from like her first bump to everything with her baby. And he's just incredible. He has such a good eye. I knew that this was the vibe I wanted and he was the guy to do it. And La Jolla was the place. So
nailed it.
They're so good. Like, I mean, I can't imagine better photos. Exactly what we wanted.
Yeah. I mean, how do you feel like these photos represent your love?
I mean, you can see it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he just captured it. Didn't matter where we were. It was all of it. It was just it was beyond it. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I guess we love each other. Who knows? Who would have figured?
Any funny, interesting things that happened on the day of the shoot? I hope there was no falls during the Dirty Dancing move or anything like that.
No, we actually got that down. I think the last time we did it, I was pregnant. So it was much easier this time around.
No, it was a little chilly. Got a little chilly in the water.
Oh, it did.
But it was fun. No, it was a great day. It was a great time. And it was really cool to see the end result, which was what you guys see here. And I was like, well, who needs to have a wedding now? We look good. We got the photos. We look like we're in love. We're happy. Leave it as. So.
Yeah. I'm sure, Scheana, you probably like, I want the wedding, right?
I think he wants it more than I do, to be honest.
Really?
I've had a good wedding already. So I'm like, we're starting to like run the costs and we're like.
Yeah, it's a funny one, right? When he starts thinking about weddings, it's like, well, hang on, you've been married before. I've been married before. What are we really going to spend all this money on? So it kind of, now it's a balancing act, but you know?
Yeah, so we're just figuring out, where, when, and then, who to invite and not invite, because we do want to keep it smaller, keep costs down, but it's really hard to cut people. I have a very large family. We have a ton of friends. So I think it's just going to be, hopefully people don't get offended if they don't get invited and they understand that we're doing this for us. And
right. Like how does it normally happen? You just, it happens. And then people are like, oh, cool wedding. I wasn't invited. They move on.
Yeah. But some people, like some of our friends, if we don't invite them, like they won't understand that. But it's like,
I'll help you explain it, that our world will never revolve around all of our friends. It's our world and they're in it. Huh?
Yeah, like at first when we started planning, we're like, everyone's invited. Then we make our list and we're like, yeah, they don't need to be invited.
Right.
I was inviting everybody from everywhere.
Literally, he invited people we just met at a Christmas party. He's like, you should come to our wedding in Bali. And now it's not going to be in Bali. We're looking at a few other countries.
They weren't, yeah, well.
But we still want to do a destination wedding, but we do want to keep it smaller.
Yeah. Are you hoping to do it sometime this year?
Hopefully this year, yeah. Sometime between August and November is our timeline. We're super flexible because we realized that so many people from 2020 had to reschedule their weddings, and same with 2021. So we understand we're probably not going to get our 11/11 date that we wanted. So we're like, okay, as soon as August, as late as November, but before Thanksgiving, so everyone can, travel and be home in time. Yeah. So we're open to dates, but hopefully this year. I mean, if it doesn't work out this year and we're still going to be together, then, we do it next year.
Definitely. As Lisa Vanderpump, would you want her to officiate?
No, we're not going to have her officiate, but she is absolutely invited.
Yes. Will you be filming for Vanderpump, if next season is picked up?
I mean, hopefully, yeah. We don't know anything about next season yet, but if this, happens to fall in the timeline of filming, absolutely, we would welcome.
What does that do if I go ahead and try and do something at someone else's engagement party? I'm expecting something to go wrong at my wedding.
I was gonna say, what would happen if somebody announced an engagement at the wedding?
Look,
what? Good for them. I would be happy for them.
We would be happy. We'd be like, look, it's a good place to do it. Not a problem. just don't do it as I'm saying my vows. Because if I'm saying my vows and I have to turn around and headbutt somebody, I will, and I wouldn't skip a beat. I'll come back to my vows.
That's what I feel like. People were acting as if Raquel's mid-speech and Brock stands up and is like, excuse me, I have an announcement. It was like, we did it at an alpaca farm.
Yeah,
well. It was not at their party.
Yeah. Scheana, do you plan on changing your name?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how soon we'll get that whole process going, but that is like one of the main reasons. I mean, I want to marry him because I love him, but one of the main reasons I want to do it as soon as possible is just to get the process going, because I know it could take a while, but I definitely want to have the same last name as my future husband and my daughter. Yeah. And I realized Summer and I will have the same initials, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. SM.
Yeah.
HD.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Is there anything about marriage that scares the both of you again?
That's why we got a prenup.
I think for me, I mean, my first time around, I don't think I was in a different relationship, completely different. So marriage this time around, I think is more kind of like, I don't know, it just comes with the territory. Like I'm not going anywhere and I don't want to be with anybody else. So if this, and it kind of helps us build a family for me.
Yeah. No, I'm good. He's my forever. So I'm happy. I can't wait to marry him.
Definitely. I think you opened up about on social media, I think maybe a couple of weeks ago, about how hard it feels like to always have to defend your relationship. Is that exhausting to you at this point? I mean, you guys have been together for a while. You have a child together. You're planning for your future. Is it hard to still defend your relationship?
It's frustrating and it's annoying. It's not that it's hard. It's just like, it frustrates me because everyone doesn't see the full Brock that we all know and love and see. So that's just frustrating to me because I'm like, you're judging him based on some highlights of his past over a decade ago and things that just sound obviously really bad. And he wasn't the best person, but people grow and people learn. And I just think he is such an amazing man. He's such an amazing father to Summer. And I wish everyone got to see that. So it frustrates me, but it is what it is, you know?
Hopefully we get a new season and hopefully I don't have to worry about hijacking somebody's event, you know? and we'll just be able to do us. So that's the best part.
Definitely. And, you know, Brock, I think you opened up recently and said that you finished your child support payments and everything like that. How is everything going with your relationship with your children? Anything changed?
That was still tough. That's going to be a long one to fix. You know, that the damage was done with me and my ex from when it happened, and now it's a waiting game. But obviously, we'll be moving that along as much as we can, and then respectfully, because there's kids involved. And this is what I said to Lala when she came at me about her opinion about it. I said, I get it. I feel the same way. But as soon as kids get involved, like it's not just I want this, I get this. It's you got to take care of them first. So it's a long road ahead of us, but it started, and we've done the right things. I've done the right things getting there. So hopefully we get to build that relationship sooner rather than later, but you know, in time, that's all it takes.
Definitely. Does it feel like a weight lifted off your shoulder that now that all those payments are settled and things like that, and you can kind of put that behind you?
No, because the payments are off, but then all of a sudden I'm still in the same spot with my ex. You know, it was never about the money with her. It was about it was about the principle of it.
And that was the first step.
And now we got to build that relationship. So I really was hoping that we sold our gyms before December. We were trying to sell them. We sold our gyms and we're before the new year. So when I could go to reunion, I could be like, actually, we've already paid this off. And that's what I kind of wanted to get across the reunion, but it didn't come across like that.
Yeah. I
didn't want Scheana's money. I wanted to make sure I could handle my own stuff. And I was getting there. Pandemic didn't help. Life didn't help. But at the end of the day, we got there together and
Yeah, so no more F45.
Yeah, we sold the F45 studios. It was an amazing 5 years down here. And I'm looking forward to our next venture, which is Homebody, and then stuff that Scheana's working on. And then, I mean, not going to lie, if we get picked back up, we're filming in 2.5 months again.
Oh, I'm sure you guys will be. I'm sure you will. And then all of that. And then your daughter is going to be what? She'll be 1 in April. Is that right?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy how fast the year goes by?
I was literally just like finishing part of her baby book today, and I'm looking back at all of these photos and I'm like, oh my God, like she was so tiny. How?
Beautiful.
So crazy.
A year already. It's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of big milestones is she hitting lately? Is she starting to maybe take those first steps a little bit? Getting there?
She's standing like on her own if she's holding on to something. I mean, she's crawling so quick, literally everywhere. I feel like it could be any day she starts walking.
Yeah.
Every day is a new milestone. And then the next day you wake up and then like when she remembers something that she just learned, like when she drinks from a straw or just like, oh, if I stand on this, then I can do this. And I'll see her in a playpen. I love it. I could handle all the BS from the show that I got because I got to be able to do this for the last 9 months, you know? So I know from my first time around, I wasn't around, and this time around I've been completely around, which is amazing. So.
How has having the baby changed your relationship, and how do you guys keep things romantic? Do you do those date nights? Do you have the time for that?
Yeah, we've my parents are down here this weekend, so we gotta go out, mom and dad's night out. So we do try to do, date nights when we can, or even if it's just when the nanny's here, going over to the gym, just the two of us and working out together. But I mean, she's everything and she keeps us so busy. But yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way.
I know. I think, Chyna, the last time we spoke, you said, obviously you were very high risk pregnancy the first time around, and that maybe you were thinking about surrogacy options and things like that. Have you guys looked into that anymore? Or have you discussed that? Or are you still trying to just enjoy the time that you have with Summer right now?
I think we're slowing down.
Yeah,
now.
not anytime soon. I want Summer to be fully potty trained, talking, and to like ask for a baby brother or sister. Then I feel like, okay, then we can revisit that. But what I do want to do this year, sooner rather than later, we're down in San Diego for the next couple of months. But as soon as we get back up to LA, most likely in May, he's going to fertilize the eggs I have frozen to just see if any of those are even viable embryos, because if not, I will then freeze embryos and hopefully some of those are good. So that's the only step in the next year we're going to make.
Yeah. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I'll fertilize some eggs.
Yeah. We're going to get Annabelle to go fertilize Ariana's too. You guys are going to go together.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. How's Raquel doing?
She's good. Yeah, she's doing really well. We're going to New York with her in a couple weeks. I'm so excited. She texted me and was like, do you want to go to New York by any chance and see Tom Sandoval in the Most Extras? And I was like, you know what? We were thinking about going to New York for this. I have a couple guests I want to interview for my podcast that I would way prefer to do in person. Make it a business trip, make it fun, go with friends. So we got a crazy deal on flights and hotels. We booked a trip and the three of us are going out there.
It's our first parents away trip. Summer's going to stay with grandma. So
well, we did Watch What Happens Live, but that was a work trip.
This is we got out there for fun. Let the hair down.
Nice. I love it. And I know that your podcast actually just moved to a new platform, right?
Yeah, I'm with Dear Media now.
Yeah, that's great. Excited about it?
Yeah, I love them. They're such a great company. So I'm really excited to be a part of it. And they have so many other amazing shows there that I'm already starting to do crossovers with. So it's a very exciting change for shenanigans. And
Yeah, definitely. A lot of big things happening. How is Raquel? Have Raquel and James spoken at all? Because I know that there was a lot of back and forth in social media. James saying that he dodged a bullet after her unengagement party. Seemed like things got a little messy for a little. Yeah, he did.
For that. Yeah, I know he did call her and apologize. I mean, you know how James is. He gets very heated and then he calms down. So Raquel and I both got a little bit of that heat that week and we both got apologies.
Yes, definitely. And now Lala said that she's back on the dating scene. Have you met any of her dates? How is she doing?
I actually have someone I'm waiting to introduce her to. She wants to do it as like a group thing, not just like a blind date, but we're down in San Diego right now. So I'm just trying to coordinate a time when I can introduce her to this amazing man who is a good friend of mine. Yeah. But the others she's talking to, I haven't met. I just know she's, getting her toes wet. But
good.
I do have someone. I can't wait.
She's getting her toes wet?
Yeah, like dipping her toes in the water.
Gotcha.
Dating water.
Yeah, okay.
And I love how you guys always have Vanderpump baby play dates. I mean, what's that like, and how's Stassi doing? How are they doing with the baby?
Everyone's so good. I mean, we got blessed with really good, cute kids. Like they're just so happy all of the time. Like we all got really lucky. So anytime we can get all of them together, it's just such a blessing. I mean, they have built-in best friends. They're all weeks apart. I mean, Hartford's a couple months older than them, but it's great. And just I love it because like seeing Hartford hit these milestones, we know that our kids are right behind. So it's just like things to look forward to every couple of months. And I feel like once they all get to about a year and a half, they're all just the same age.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
That's when play dates get real fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. That's when the dads get involved, and then the mums just drink.
Yeah.
Exactly. Are you hoping that maybe she would come back next season? I know there's always talks about that, but if she'd even want to.
I don't know if she would want to, but I mean, it's not like we have obviously any say in that. So,
well, guys, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure catching up, and congrats on the beautiful photos. I can't wait for everybody to see them.
Yay! I know. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.